Ollie, halfway through the 2017 season, and let's talk shop. It's been an interesting year, 6 and 5 at the halfway mark. Some really good wins, some losses that have been tough. Let's talk about the wins. They've been really positive when they've happened, and the sides gelled really well. Tell us a little bit about how that's come about.
Yeah, certainly. I guess our wins have been quite comprehensive, to be honest. Apart from beating Sydney round 1 by about 5 goals, I think they've all been over about 10 goals. So that's pleasing. We're winning. When we are winning, we're winning well and putting sides away. Our losses, we've had 5 losses. 4 have been really honourable losses, obviously, to quality opposition. And on the weekend, look, we got done fairly well by Essendon, 70-point loss, which is really disappointing. But I guess that's just a part of the competition this year. You can't be off your game at all. Every club has an opportunity to win. It's a bit like the US saying, any given Sunday anyone can win. So I guess that's a positive for the competition. But in saying that, we've got to be on our game every week.
Well, you mentioned the loss against Essendon. Let's talk about that briefly. What do you do to make sure that that becomes the outlier, not the norm as a team? How do you go back and review and prepare for the next game?
Yeah, look, it's probably positive at this stage that it is a bit of an outlier. 11 weeks in, and that's probably the one game where we haven't been in it at all. We've probably been blown out in the first quarter, so we've had to have some honest conversations the last couple of days of what did go wrong, and look at some pretty honest vision, digging deep down into the little things that go on that get us that result and probably blow us away in the first quarter. So we've had a look at it, and I guess the thing now is not making it the norm and getting on with Brisbane this week. We've got to look in, obviously, and correct what went wrong, and we've got to. The only way we can really come back from that is have a really good performance against Brisbane.
You mentioned Brisbane. Obviously, this is the follow-up game to the game earlier in the season, and there'll be a few more to come following this as well. What do you do to prepare for a team when you're facing them for the second time, albeit at home? Yeah,
I guess you look at a little bit what went right the previous encounter. I think our game up there this year, we put a lot of pressure on them in the first quarter and probably did to them what Essendon did to us on the weekend, blew them away in the first quarter, and that comes from our pressure on Brisbane. They weren't able to find targets out of the back 50, and we were able to put them under enough pressure to let our smalls kick goals. So I guess that's a big focus of us this week, and the added effect of being at Adelaide Oval, our environment hostile for them, so that's going to be very important.